Have you met my friend Jeff? Let's introduce you. Welcome, everybody. We have come out of our winter hibernation to finally give you a new episode of FYC Film Review. I'm your host, Geena. With me, as always, my partner in crime, Naldo.
What's up, man? How's it going? It feels good to be back. I think we were gone for like 2 months.
God, has it been that long?
March, April kind of kicked our asses a little bit.
Yeah, to say the least. A lot of travel, a lot of running, the kids around and all the fun stuff that comes with adulthood. So
yeah,
we're back though. And we watched 2 80s movies this week. So what are we going to start with?
All right, for today, we are going to go with the 1986 classic. I think it's a classic. I'm going to go with the classic.
It's a cult classic, sure.
It's a cult classic. The Fly, starring Jeff Goldblum and Geena Davis. So 1986, directed by David Cronenberg. Is that his name? Cronenberg.
Yes.
I don't know what else he's directed.
Yeah. I can't really recall much of his stuff either, but he seems to be one of those directors that has that cult following. He makes very interesting artistic choices.
Gotcha. All right. Well, this movie is interesting, and I'm just going to say it is gross. It is disgusting, but it's done very well. So, yeah, it's pretty gross. It's not something you'd want to watch while you're eating a slice of pizza or a donut. It's just very disturbing. The transformation that happens to Seth, Jeff Goldblum's character, is fascinating.
Yeah, it's definitely not for the faint of heart. It's grotesque in ways that I remind you of like creature flicks. It's just like stuff oozing and a lot of makeup.
Yeah.
I forgot it was a remake. Maybe I just didn't even know that it was a remake. I've never seen the original. In the 50s. I feel like they did a good job to make it kind of science fiction, make it kind of a horror aspect to it. I don't know that you get a cult classic if not for Jeff Goldblum, though.
Yeah, he's very charming, and I think that's why this movie works. He's this very charming, kooky scientist. He's like a mad scientist, but he's smart, and he just comes off very charming. Jeff Goldblum, I'm going to say this, he is on my Mount Rushmore. He's on the Mount Rushmore for FYC.
Oh yeah,
he is fascinating. The way he talks, his mannerism, his yeah, I love it. I get a kick out of it seeing him. This guy's delightful. He's a delightful fly.
Yeah. That's actually interesting you say that, because I feel like the movie really gets going when he gets to be that version of Seth, Brundle. Yeah. It isn't until then that you really start to appreciate, like, God, Jeff Goldblum is committed. He's in, and he's so good at playing this man who's lost it from one too many transportations. What do they call it? The
telepods,
teleportation, I guess.
Yeah, the telepods. Watching it, I watched this movie twice, and I finally understood why he's creating it. I mean, the reason why he's creating it is because he hates traveling. In the very beginning, right when the movie starts off, and by the way, it starts off right away. There's no crazy introduction. These two meet, and he takes her back to his place to see his experiment.
Yeah.
And on the way there, she drives him there, and he goes, I hate travel. I get super sick traveling. I get motion sickness, and this is why he's doing it. I never caught that. So
yeah, they waste no time with just getting to, this movie is about Jeff Goldblum being a fly, not about Geena Davis's character, not about why he's building this for whomever he works for. It's just not important. It's just not. It's called The Fly. So
it's called The Fly, but it works. I mean, right? I mean, the introduction works. Most of the time you need a build up here, but this just tends to work because you want to see what this is about, and they take you right to that moment. So I liked it. I thought it was good.
Definitely helped by the score. Got to call out our friend Howard Shore of Lord of the Rings fame, Silence of the Lambs, also did Seven. So swell composer. I enjoyed the mysterious kind of horror vibes I got from the score. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that. Let's go to the score. And it's only 96 minutes. 96 minutes is perfect. It's wonderful. Oh,
I
come
would agree
on.
with you on the running time, but I just think it actually felt long for me. I don't remember the last time I saw it. Maybe it was too grotesque for me to watch, but I felt like the 96 minutes a little long, especially because they jump right in. Then I guess because there wasn't any buildup that it happens. It feels like I was slugging through the end a little bit, like all the different transformations.
But that's what's fascinating. You go from one transformation to the next. Like he looks like the Elephant Man, basically. I mean, he starts out with like this rash in his face, and then just things start falling off his ears. I mean, we'll get to the gross parts later, but I love the transformation. I kept wanting to see more of it. That's what got me hooked, and the story's pretty good.
The story beyond him turning himself into a fly doesn't really go anywhere, though. It's like, okay, so he's a fly now, and what does he want to do? Make her a fly as well? There's not really much to other than he just is decomposing or turning into a fly. And so that's where I think it drags, where there's just not okay, like, are flies good at gymnastics? Like, why all of a sudden was he able to do like apartment gymnastics?
See, this is like a Marvel movie gone wrong, right? This is like Ant-Man gone wrong.
Right.
He's okay. He's in the pod, and the flies in there with him, and he gets fusion happens. They somehow get their DNA combined together. So he's turning into the fly. And I don't know anything about flies. I just know they're pesky house flies, but they must be strong, right? They must have some kind of power in a sense. And speaking of knowing things about flies, I know that rabbits tend to procreate a lot and tend to like have sex a lot. Do flies have a really high sex drive? Because in this movie, once he turns into a fly, which is turning into a fly, he's a hornball. I mean, he becomes like, I need it, I want it, I want to keep on having it.
Yeah, but something they have short lifespans, so you got to get it in. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they have to quickly procreate because they don't have a long lifespan. They got to keep the gene pool going.
Why don't we ask our fans? Hey, does anybody out there knows anything about flies? Do flies have a high sex drive? Leave it in the comment below, and we'll get back to you because this is fascinating stuff.
Yeah, Geena Davis's character is kind of fascinating too in this, because she's kind of a hot mess. Like, she goes from, sleeping with that professor guy to sleeping with him, on after meeting him. Like, who goes back to someone's apartment, sees these telepods and thinks this is a good idea? And then like
she wants her story, man.
Yeah. She wanted her story.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And she wants her story, and then she ends up falling in love with this guy. So I mean, he's charming. He's super charming. I was like, oh, look at him play the piano. Jeff Goldblum. It was fantastic. I loved it. Super delightful guy. I love Jeff Goldblum.
Fly's also good at playing the piano.
I don't know about that. He wasn't the fly. Yeah. And we get a baboon. We got two baboons in this movie. And one gets turned inside out, which was kind of like the first disgusting moment that we get in this movie. And it kind of just, I thought, how the hell does he get two baboons? Is it because he's a scientist and he gets all these different types of materials for his projects?
Like, he works for some evil corporation, obviously, that we just never got to know about. They didn't get into it. It wasn't important.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Okay. Let's talk about some of the gross scenes in this movie. Grossest scene for you in this movie. What was the worst part for you in this movie?
So again, couldn't remember the last time I saw it, so I forgot about the regurgitation on his food, and it caught me by surprise. And so while it's not as gross as the baboon like exploding in the telepod, it just caught me off guard, and because of that, it was like, oh god, like it's like watching someone throw up. It was disgusting and so unexpected.
I think it was the most charming vomit I've ever seen. It was just, it was. I keep calling this guy charming. I love this guy.
This beautiful face only a mother could love.
Yeah. Okay. So the regurgitating, the vomiting on the donut was pretty sick. The grossest part for me, one I really cringed at, was the arm wrestling scene when he's in the bar. And he's arm wrestling, and all of a sudden you start to see like ooze coming out of his arm, if that's acid or something, and he just snaps the guy's hand and his bone comes out really quick. That was disturbing for me.
That I think sound and like scene will always get me. But I feel like I got desensitized. I watched too many Steven Seagal movies where it's like he was always breaking people's arms and stuff, and you just saw that all the time.
Okay, fine. All right, what about the finger? When he takes his finger off and he presses it, all that pus comes out and it's on the mirror and he wipes it down with
that whole scene is disgusting. It's like the people who will watch the YouTube videos and like watching people pop pimples. Like I can't. I can't. I'm just not that way. I'm not into that grotesque, but it definitely stirs some type of emotion. It just was one where I was like, man, give me something. Where are we going? Like with, I didn't have a lot of what's going to happen next. Like we turning into a fly. So it's just
really, I was like, okay, this is happening. What's going to happen next? I want to see what's happening next. I was in, man. I was hooked to this movie. So yeah.
All right, so we're going to try a new segment here really quick. And we've been doing fun facts. And we kind of pop them up here randomly, but we're going to try just a quick and easy segment. The 4 Fs, the 4 fast fun
facts.
Fun facts? Fast fun facts?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But quick, rapid fire. I've got 2. Ronaldo's got 2. We're going to hit you. I'm going to go first. So
are you ready to do this?
Let's do it. All right. Fun fact number 1. Mel Brooks was a producer on this film.
I got that too. Mel Brooks. Spaceballs, Mel Brooks.
Cancels out. All right. So neither of us get a point for that.
Okay.
Hit me with yours. What do you got?
The director, David Cronenberg, is the gynecologist in the nightmare scene where he's delivering the maggot when she has the nightmare. And she thinks she's having this fly baby. It's a maggot that's coming out of her. And the gynecologist that's actually delivering the baby is the director of the movie. So fun fact number 2, boom.
Love it. 1 point for Null Dog. Yes. I love when directors put themselves in movies. We actually tend to do movies like that a lot. I feel like we do a lot of those.
All right. Thing.
You got to do it. I mean, put yourself in where you can. Next one I got is Geena and Jeff were actually dating before this movie.
Nice.
So that explains probably why a lot of their chemistry was pretty good, pretty steamy.
I agree. Yeah, it was pretty good. It was almost like they had good chemistry. So they're not dating anymore. They're not together, are they?
I don't think so. I don't think they were together for much longer after this. But I mean, I'd have to dig through the archives. We're talking 35 years.
86. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Fun facts. There, done with fun facts. But if anybody has any more fun facts, let us know. We love fun facts.
We ended in a tie. As it should be. So.
Okay. All right. Want to rate it? Let's rate this 1986 classic unless you have something else.
I don't. It's short and simple. It is what it is.
Okay. Did we decide what we're rating?
We didn't. I mean, we didn't call out the Brundlefly. So I was thinking that might have been one of the ratings.
Let's do Brundlefly. Brundlefly.
Brundleflies?
Brundleflies.
Brundleflies.
Brundleflies. Okay, let's do it. Okay, you go first.
Seth Brundle is the character's name, and he calls himself Brundlefly at one point, right? Where he's like transforming. He I've created a Brundlefly.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a Marvel character. I think this is a great Marvel character.
If we could see him pop up as in the next Ant-Man as like the bad guy, that'd be classic.
Wonderful.
Classic.
All right, go for it, my friend. You're first. You're up.
I wanted to give it more. It is Jeff Goldblum. I think that I don't know, just it's not one for me. It's not one that I loved. I appreciate the cultiness of it, but I'm stuck at like a 2 out of 5. Yeah.
2.
Did not enjoy it. Felt long in the end, and I just I was looking for reasons to doze off and do other things.
What? Dozing off in the fly? Let's just
I know.
Okay. All right.
Sorry,
get out of here with your 2.
You're still on the mountain.
Absolutely. All right, my turn. All right, I'll see your 2, and I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give The Fly a 3.5. 3.5. I think the story is simple. It's short. I love the transformation. I think Jeff Goldblum makes this movie. The way he talks, he's the charming, crazy, and he goes nuts. I love his downward spiral. I really love it. It's a train wreck, and he's so... I feel bad for him. You feel bad for him. You really do. You feel so bad for him at the end where he's fully transformed into the Fly, and she's got the shotgun and he points it to his head. It's like, just kill me. It's like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna say it broke me. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm not gonna say it broke me, but it was just, I felt for this Seth Brundle, man. I really did. The practical effects are wonderful. It's nice to go back and see things like this. So I'm gonna stick with my 3.5. I do recommend this movie. Is it a date night movie with your significant other?
You just said it had heart, so I mean, you had feelings at the end of this movie. I mean, I guess it is.
All right, listen. I recommend it. If you want to take your partner to go or see this as a date night, eat some Chinese food, and just see what happens. Okay, just see what happens. That's all I got.
Perfectly time your chewed Chinese food being spit out of your mouth when Seth does it. More power to you.
More power to you. Points for you. That's all I got. I'm done.
All right, folks. That's it. We'll be back soon for another episode. Appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe. Tell us what you thought. Do you like The Fly? Obviously, Jeff Goldblum is amazing. Can't say his name, but we'll catch you next time.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later. And yeah, let us know if you guys like The Fly. I think a lot of people do like The Fly.
I'm probably wrong already.
Yeah, you are. You suck. All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
Bye.
All right. Bye.